It's looking like it's going to take us down through Baker City and that route, like through John Day.
Alright, lead the way.
Alright folks, well we're on our way to another adventure. This time I do have Daisy and Megan with me. We are on our way to one of my very favorite places in Oregon, Hell's Canyon. Matt and I look forward to this trip every spring. Hell's Canyon is an amazingly beautiful area with layers and layers of sharp-bladed ridges and deep valleys that hold an abundance of wildlife.
Alright guys, I don't know if you can hear me, but this guy is not more than 5 feet from me.
Last year was my first time taking Sasquatch on this trip, and things didn't go well at all. I went ahead and checked the thermostat, pulled the thermostat out, and it looks like it might have been the culprit. You can see that this thing is really messed up. I definitely didn't want a repeat of last year, so I made sure Sasquatch was ready this time, which meant doing regular maintenance like oil changes, checking fluids, and inspecting for any fluid leaks or damage. But I also took advantage of Les Schwab's free 10-point inspection, where they'd check tire pressure, steering components, shocks, brakes, and test your battery to make sure it's providing the recommended amount of cranking amps. For me living the van life, this makes a lot of sense. It's free for the inspection, and if they do find something that needs to be addressed, I can get it taken care of without me having to fiddle with it myself. We all know when you're getting ready for a big trip, you have plenty of things that need to be done. You don't want to have to add an unplanned repair to the list. We're going to be passing by the little town of Sumpter, and Megan's never stopped there before, so I thought we'd just roll in real quick and I'd show her the Dredge. Sumpter is a small town nestled at the base of the Blue Mountains. It's most well known for its history in gold mining. Gold was discovered in the Sumpter Valley in 1862. From 1912 to 1954, the primary method of mining was using a dredge. Throughout that time period, there were 3 dredges used, but only one still remains and is available for people to tour. This dredge was built in 1935, primarily out of parts of the first dredge that was built in 1912. Interestingly enough, it took 24 people to run the total operation, but it actually only took 3 men to operate the dredge itself. To me, that's fairly amazing considering how big this machine is. The dredge has 72 large buckets that were capable of unearthing 9 cubic feet of material a minute. The material would pass through the dredge where the gold flake would be filtered out and the remains, called tailings, would be ejected out the back. The dredge didn't need much water to float, and it actually made its own pond as it moved. Get back on the road, but the lighting and the textures in here is amazing. Really cool. I'm amazed by the ingenuity of our forefathers. The dredge is definitely an impressive machine, but as impressed as I am by it, I'm very glad to see that it no longer is in operation. The damage the dredge did to the land is still very apparent 60 plus years later. I hope one day that more folks will see leaving our forests, mountains, deserts, and valleys in their natural state much more valuable than stripping it for trinkets. What do you think of our view this morning?
It's amazing. It's really beautiful.
On the road. Matt and I do this trip every year in the first week of May. And some years the roads beyond this point were completely impassable, and others we were able to push through with lots of shoveling and recovery board use. We had heard that they had a late spring snowstorm, so we were expecting the worst. But as we made our way through, we found that it was probably the least amount of snow we had ever seen, and there was already quite a few other folks up in the area, which was a bit on the disappointing side. Alright, well the first little patch of snow wasn't any problem. We rolled right through it. It's pretty cold and frozen, but even like some of the people like this guy here, which I wish we were getting video of, is kind of struggling to get through on his quad. We're going to probably run into a lot more snow patches coming up, and you're probably wondering why we're seeing so many people. It is spring bear season up here, so a lot of guys heading in trying to get further back and trying to find a spring bear. Through here, I think this was our toughest section when we came through the one time. Yeah, it's a piece of cake. I mean, I really thought there'd be more snow, but this is, yeah, nothing. Zero. Yeah, somebody cut this tree away, but not quite good enough for the van, so I'm going to grab the chainsaw real quick and just take off a little bit more and get it a little bit clear for the van. So I just recently installed this little holster for the van. I don't keep the saw here all the time, but when I'm traveling these dirt roads, it gives me quick access to it, so I don't have to go up and get it off the top every time. Unfortunately, this tree is really green, or I'd be thinking about using it for firewood. After settling on a location to set up base camp, we focused our efforts on stacking in enough firewood that would last us the whole week. This was Megan's first trip to Hell's Canyon. I spent most of the week exploring and showing her around, which included spending some time at an old abandoned ranch house. I have spent time at this ranch before in another video, and you can check that out in the upper right hand corner.
Book 1.
And what week of exploring Hell's Canyon would be complete if I didn't get stuck at least one time in a snowdrift? All right, so we were trying to get up this road. Matt already's gone up ahead of us a little bit, but I'm a little wider. My track width is a little wider, so it threw the van off to the side. The easiest thing for me to do right now is to use the winch and get me pulled out of the spot I am and back on the main track. This country truly is awe-inspiring. It's very rugged and can be very harsh at times. In my opinion, there's not a place more wild and scenic in Oregon. For the purpose of this video, the trip has come to an end. But I very much look forward to sharing more adventures in this amazing area with you in the future. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and comment. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And we'll catch you guys again outside.